Okay, we should now be live. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Art Online Memory Defrag live stream. Of course, today's live stream, we're going to be farming the newest area clearing event, technically known as Integrity Knight's Battle of the Rose Garden Night. So a few things just to update you guys on real quick. I don't know what's going on with the Ethernet connection. But I did notice that it is with Wi-Fi. I checked it, I messed around with the internet settings, I plug it back in. I don't know why it is. Maybe it is and it's just glitching on my computer. I don't know. It's been like this for several days now. So if the quality of the stream does go down, well, just know it's because it's with Wi-Fi. So that might have some implications streaming from now on, so we'll see. Of course, I have messed with it a lot just to see what the heck it was, and still really haven't found the solution to it yet. I might have to maybe restart the internet. It's a possibility. I don't know. It just says unidentified network, that there's no internet, even though it's connected to the router with an Ethernet connection. So I don't know why it's doing that, but it is. But anyway, aside from that, like I said, we will be farming the newest area clearing event, and I'll give you guys my opinion on the event, because I have a lot to say, and I'm actually kind of disappointed with this one, in some regards. Like, there's cool things, and there's some bad things about the event, which I'll go over and talk about. Now, of course, they brought back this banner, and like I said on Discord, because you know how I am with banners, if said banner, let's say this one, if it resets, and if we got a lot of diamonds, which to be honest, we really haven't got a lot of diamonds, I was actually kind of expecting a story along with this, which is like another 60, and I was kind of expecting there to be a lot more than, actually, we got a lot more floor areas this time around. Well, not really, because I don't think there's a part 2 to it, so technically we actually have a lot less. So, the amount of diamonds we got wasn't as much as last time, because last time was like 100 plus, and of course this banner didn't reset. So, just from those two alone, I did not go, and I did not summon at all on anything, which we'll see if I go for the weapons. Like, I want to wait a few more days. Well, I can only wait until the 30th, so I'll have to see just a little bit more just to see if it's characters I really want to go for. So we'll see. Okay, A's live streamer, are you okay? Anyway, so let's get some music before we continue onwards. Let me do this so I don't overspeak too loudly. Okay, just let me know if it's too loud or too soft for you guys. I know this theme is loud than other themes, so it might be a little bit louder than normal. So just letting you guys know ahead of time. Okay, and A-Slavers decided to work with us here, so I still might go for the Weapon Scout, though I want to see what the next banner is. And like I said, and I'll say this again, I'll probably say this multiple times on stream, the Ethernet connection is being a little wonky, so if the stream, the quality of the stream pretty much goes down, it's pretty much, for some weird reason, it's glitching out, and it's saying that I'm only using Wi-Fi, which it should be connected to Ethernet, but I'll have to figure out some other time. So I'm just letting you guys know that ahead of time, just if something were to go kookery on stream, like it just all of a sudden we dropped a lot of frames, it's probably because we're on Wi-Fi. But it seems like it's doing okay, so I don't think we have to worry. If it's doing okay right now, I would worry if there's a lot more devices kicked into the internet, aka if my family was home. So, we'll have to see. Anyway, so now I get to the part where I talk about this event. So, this event I am actually disappointed in. I was kind of expecting it to be like the last event, which in some regards and some mechanics it is, but it doesn't hold the same flair, which is kind of sad. Like, I'll say this one thing. There needs to be multiple bosses. There needs to be multiple bosses. If the first one had multiple bosses, Why the hell is that not the same deal with this? They pretty much change it into a multiple boss to multiple mechanics in battles. Yay! And I'm gonna be honest, multiple bosses with different mechanics is a lot better than a single boss with different mechanics. Which, of course, the only different mechanics I'm talking about is just having a higher chance to get the boss. And also, the sorcery, you only get one of. So it's not even worth it. And that's another thing, it's like, here's the thing about the sorcery, like, I don't even care I sold the rate 2s, because I always sell the rate 2s, and I know you can only get one of them, but it's trash! It's literal trash! I'm sorry, but it's trash. Like, if you're gonna get one of them, make it good! Stop making it trash! And I'm starting to get angry about this with SAO MD. The middle scout characters, this is sorcery. The free shit is always bad, except the rate 5 armor. But aside from that, everything else has been shit. Which is kind of sad. It used to have been different in the past, 100%. You know, Chocolate Premier, such SS3, God, AR, Puka. But not anymore. And it's getting to the point where it's annoying. It really is. And I get it, it's 6 stars, whatever. Well, to be honest, like, here's the thing, like, unless they're worried about having, like, full 6 stars in the fest, which, to be honest, unless they're trying to make it a lot easier for people, that's the only reason why, Metal Scout characters would be excluded in that, just because they're trying to make it not as cancerous, quote-unquote, so that everyone can get a higher placement kind of deal, which, to be honest, you will get higher placement if you actually do really good in the ranking events, nevertheless, so it's kind of pointless on making the boss easier by making the characters worse. It's kind of stupid. But anyway, aside from that, aside from the stupid sorcery, which is not even worth it, I'm not gonna lie, it's not even worth it. I sold all the rate 2s, didn't realize there's only one. When I figured out there's only one, I was like, oh, fuck it, it's bad. Literally. I'm sorry, but it's bad. It's bad. Like, why? Why? I wouldn't say that if, one, there wasn't ranking event of sorceries. That's one big one. Like, it doesn't even matter to begin with because of ranking event of sorceries. Majority of the time, you're going to be using that. That's like the only equipment you will possibly use if you care about the ranking event. And even then, if you don't care about the ranking events, you'd probably use different equipment, and you'll most likely, for instance, the sword mitigation units, use the sword mitigation of sorcery and armor. It is also only useful for underworld characters, and we only got a handful. They don't count the old Ujio or Alice at all, which is another big kind of stupid moment for them. Like, why doesn't Alice or Ujio count? It's all stupid. It really is all stupid. Unless it actually does, which I haven't heard anything from it, it is actually kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. It's just in general, the sorcery is stupid. And I kind of hate how they make this, oh, gigantic, oh my god, it's powerful! No, like, the sub-ability of 100% HP, reduce damage, but that's all, is stupid. And that too. And I think I kind of talked about it, but I'm not gonna lie. And it's important to have multiple bosses. This is the reason why Area Clearing Event was actually kind of fun, was it wasn't just one boss you could have done. You could have done multiple. Multiple. With different boss patterns. And the mechanic, of course, was the added in percentage chance to get another boss. And I get what they're trying to do, but this was kind of obviously stupid. They could keep the integrity boss person, whatever, but make it different bosses. No one gives a fudge if it's the same boss. Like, it's pretty much, here's my thought process. This area clearing event is actually making it worse. It's like a worse version of the first one we got. And that's kind of sad. It's like they didn't put the effort into it this time around, which I could see why, but at the same time, they could have done something. They could have done something. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm ranting about this event because I don't generally like this event. Like, I haven't really farmed all that much. You could probably obviously tell. And also, I was busy and working on other stuff. It's sad that this event, like, compared to other stuff that I wanted to do, like, the other stuff's just like, no, like, I don't really care about SAO MD. That can wait. Anyway, right, yeah, talking about it being lazy, yep. You just woke up, good morning, Mr. Skirtwood. Yeah, the Oracle event felt like kind of an MMO, farming different bosses with rare boss popping up. That's true, and that I think that's another key factor of making it unique. It doesn't feel like that for this event. And yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Anyway, the one thing I will give it is that they added in a new animation. I know if you watch the anime, you would see that floating head. That's the only cool thing about this event, is pretty much they added that in. But aside from that, and I guess a lot of people like the new boss, the boss patterns, but we're never gonna get him again. That's the problem with these events, is it's most likely we'll never get this guy again, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of lame, and it's like, what's the point of him being there at this point? Like, I know sometimes they do, but like, it's far in between. It's kind of stupid, obviously. Anyway, I need to stop ranting. I don't really like this event. To be honest, it was a lot better. It was a lot better. It was definitely a lot better. It was at least funner to do it, because the thing is about this event is it is kind of competitive. And pretty much at the end of the day, it is competitive, like who gets the first parry, who does the most damage, who gets the last attack. But aside from that, it's kind of worse than the last one, which is kind of sad. Like, the other one had, like, 8 different bosses. Like, it was that big. 8 different flipping bosses. They couldn't do it for this boss. Like, they felt like, oh, either it's too lazy or it's like, oh, I feel like we went overboard last time. And we don't want to do the effort to add in a few more bosses. Maybe we didn't want to do that and we kind of messed up. And of trying to, like, spread out the bosses. But to be honest, like, I wouldn't mind having some similar ones of the last one, but some new ones, I wouldn't mind that. But that didn't want to happen. That pretty much didn't happen. And also, what were they thinking when it came to expert mode? What were they thinking? Like, this didn't really need to be there. Like, no one's gonna do it. I'm sorry, but everyone's literally gonna be doing the harder levels. That one is just the one useless one. And it's funny because it's like, oh yeah, let's just put the minutes to make it boost higher. Even though the boost is, like, it'd be better to have a boost on these later levels. It's actually kind of stupid. Like, here's the thing, like, no one's gonna do it. And, like, to be honest, it would be better for me to do Crest 6 than to do Crest Run right now. Just because it's a higher percentage. You at least have a 10%. I mean, I know there's, like, a certain mission to it, but still. It would be technically better to do Crest 6. I know, that's the thing. It's like, this event is meant to be co-op, but that doesn't put it as co-op. Like, no, you're not gonna get anyone to begin with anyway. So it's annoying that you have to at least farm several times, which if you don't even have a new unit, you have to do it even more. And that is kind of just stupid. It really is stupid. For people who want to farm everything, it literally is stupid. Anyway, I need to stop ranting. And let's actually start farming. To be perfectly honest, this event is kind of shit compared to the last one. I'm sorry, but it could be a lot better. And also, this is my training team. So, of course, today we're going to be using a full 6-star team. We're going to be using Dual Blade 6-star Anniversary Kirito, of course, 6-star Anniversary Asuna, as well as Ronnie for the mitigation, and pretty much Will Never Die units. I always did this for the last working event. I at least bring someone who can hear themselves. Last time it was Tails Kirito. I was trying to remember his name. Tails Kirito. And yeah, this time around, Ronnie's bonus plus mitigation. It works. It works. And it looks like someone's trying to show off. To be perfectly honest, though, at this point, like, I had both of them max limit broke without the glitch, bug, whatever happened. So if you guys don't know, if you guys are under the rock, literally, we pretty much got a bug slash glitch slash whatever it was where we pretty much got extra rewards for nothing. And for a lot of people, that helped them out to max limit break maybe more than one of them, or at least max limit break one unit, and to maybe the other one to a certain degree. Which was nice, but for me, it was pretty much like, I can grab tickets, I guess, which I did. How the fuck? Game. The hell, game? You starting off like that? Really? Also, I kind of hate this boss too. Like, that's also something to note is I think generally everyone can agree that this boss is probably the most annoying. And also, I think that was, let me see, what's left? Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Yeah, like, that's the thing, is because of that, I think a lot of people might be angry. I'm like, well, like, I'm not angry about it because I never really tried. But for the people that actually tried their hardest and railed, well, to be perfectly honest, you should probably put your money somewhere else, where in this possibility, stuff doesn't go to race. And that's the thing about SAO MD, is you gotta, like, figure out what's actually worth going for. And I would say go for the long run, not for the ranking event. And to be honest, that's kind of why I went for a Raid 5 weapon. Why I'm only going for like 4.5 weapons, going for Raid 5 armor, etc. I'm gonna take my time to get the titles. We pretty much now know that titles are coming back for each and every one of them. Eventually I'll get them all. We get the point. And when you spend keeping it that way, pretty much. For I think a majority of you guys, that'd be the best bet. And if you do it for the long run. Whatever, how long that's gonna be. Okay, and I don't think I'm ever gonna be using the boost, so I think that's another thing. I think this is the main reason why they only did one. Is because of the whole boost thing, which, to be honest, I don't think it should just be only for one area clearing event part. Like, it should just be for all floor clearing events. So the people that saved, if they need a farm last minute, they can. Or just focus on one event, or something like that. I don't know, I just feel like that's one of the few things I kinda hate about the whole boost thing. They could do that, but I could also see why they would do that. So, I don't know. I never really liked the boosts to begin with, so... And I think at the very end of the day, like, last few days, I pretty much 100% for random people all day, so... We'll eventually get to that, but until then, one more crystal to get my 5-star robe. Oh, you're very, very close. Which I think the gold crit chests do give at least a bit of crystals. But not a lot, I think. I think it's like only like 5 to 10, something like that. Maybe 20. who knows? Like, if I get 20 from this event, then I'm pretty much able to get another Rage 5 armor, though. We'll see if that even happens. Oh, what the hell, game? What? Game? Can you parry? Can these guys just stop fucking spamming? If you want to do a spam contest, I'll give you flipping spam contest. I will just rail you hard. Well, at least I got the first parry. And I think, what was that one? The stun? That person in the front was kind of stupid. I think this one is the stun one, from what I've heard. Okay, I'm pretty much, I think at this point I'm just gonna collect one Ray 3 and that's gonna be it. I don't care about 3 2s. I'm gonna sell it anyway. Yeah, that's the problem with the area clearing event, is I don't think you should be penalized for people leaving. And that's another thing about the area clearing event that I think they need to work at, is they need to realize that people will rage quit. People will leave because they're not going to get the points. And it's annoying because if you keep at it, at least 1 or 2, even if you have the character or not, like, that's still better. Understand to get the first parry. Understand the bass pattern. Always get the first parry. Then that's automatically 2 all the flipping goddamn time. You don't even have to be the one that gets the parry. You can still do the parry animation, you can still get it. If that glitch is still in there. If that glitch is still in there, you should be fine. And that's, I think, something people don't realize. It's like, you can get it automatically, too, if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, obviously you're not gonna get good and get points. It's obvious. You need to understand how the game works and how this event works mechanically. Then, you can get points like it's nothing. And I think this is the stun one, so you should automatically do the stun. It just depends upon if people do it. If they're smart enough to do it. Oh shit. How the hell did that person get that parry? I have no idea, but it's whatever. I went too fast there. That was my problem there. I hate when people do that. I literally hate people who do that. Like, the thing I hate about this event already is just that people are just spamming. That's kind of stupid and annoying. Like, the one thing I like this event, what I want it to do, is just bring pretty much a fucking bulky boss so that people can't spam. And make it so that parries do more damage. They need to do They need to do that for this event. They literally need to do that for this event. Because if not, this is gonna be how it's gonna be played. It's actually gonna make it not fun. Like, this is something I probably would have said since the first area clearing event. That, to be honest, they should have thought of by now. And I don't know if the boss has a shield. Like, I don't think it has a shield. That's another problem, too. So, like, there's a lot of things I would like to see them do that I'm surprised they haven't done yet. I haven't thought of yet. And the problem with this game is I don't want this game to just be spam-aholic gameplay. I don't want to just press one button all the single time and just hope I do better. And that's kind of what I feel like everyone's doing. Everyone's hoping to get the most damage by spamming. It's kind of annoying and kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Shit. Okay, also, just something else to note is, I think the percentages and the chance to get the violation, pretty much the extra boss, I think it's actually lower than last time, too. So, the whole, like, taboo shit is actually making it worse. Actually. Is it acceptable to use different 6-star Kyoto for character bonus? I mean, the only... Well, let's say this. Let's say, for this instance, it's only, like, 2 Kyotos, which are both non-elemental. Like, they both count as the quote-unquote bonus characters, so... I don't think there's any other Underworld Kyotos out there that is non-elemental. Like, I think there's only 2 in that. They're both non-elemental, so I think it should be fine anyway. Because, technically, the boss is non-elemental, both of them. So it's actually better to have both... pretty much every and any non-elemental unit in this battle. Actually, just say this, if I had the youngster Kyoto or the Switch SS3 Kyoto, they would be a lot better choices than Ronnie, but Ronnie is more of a pretty much just-in-case scenario if everything goes to shit. Like, if people leave, I'm still gonna be battling. I'm still gonna be getting the points. Fuck them. I'm still gonna get 2 points. So it's whatever them, like, you can just continue on getting people and getting the most, but, the World Transcendent Kyotos, that one's acceptable? No. Pretty much, if you're trying to go for bonus points, go for the Underworld characters. Like, there's only the Underworld characters, quote-unquote, pretty much the anime characters. So the Child Kyoto, and then the Lolly Alice, and the Child Ujio. Then, of course, Switch SS3, Sortelina, and Kyoto, and then you have Ronnie T's. Those are the only ones that give the bonus. The only ones that give the bonus. Now, yes, you can bring non-elemental units, but do know you have to bring one of the bonus units if you want to get that bonus point, obviously. But if you don't have that, then... rip. My best suggestion is if you don't have one of the units, go for an elemental, and try to get all the points you can. First parry, most damage, last kill, if you can, that is. To be honest, I should do this with the guild, which I don't even know if anyone's online, so I might do that. But the problem with the guild is it has to be 3 people, which is kind of annoying, so... Oh, he's not gonna do it? Really? I hope people realize that if they debuff the boss, that's actually helping everyone else. SS3! Actually, Shipley Kirito is a really good choice. I'm actually looking at it now, yeah. Shippo Kyoto is good for spamming, so there's also that. Like, if you had Shippo Kyoto, 6-star Anniversary Kyoto, maybe turns in the Will Kyoto can work if you can spam correctly, make him first, and then one of the bonus characters, that'd be a really decent team to go on. That team looked like a real team, possibly. Okay, got the Parry Master. That looks really good. 3, I'll take that. It's always good to learn the boss patterns and always get the first parry. If you can always get the first parry and bring a side character, always 3 is going to speed up your process really quickly. And this is fun experience for the first area playing events. Like, hell, like, I don't care if I do the most damage, I don't care if I get the last kill, last hit, just get the parry. Always get the parry first. Always. No ifs, no ors, no buts. If you're good at the game, you should automatically know how to get the parry. It just all depends upon if they know how to get the parry easily. You might be in a bit of trouble. So let's see, is he gonna do the death ball? No? What? How the game? Stop this. Okay, so the boss can technically die now? Rip. That was a big rippage at the very beginning. Really? You know, with the 10%, you would think by now I would have gotten the extra boss fight. Nope. Oh, you got the character bonus plus because of... I kinda hate that. Oh, so another thing to hate. I actually hate that they made that as a system. Oh, you get more points if you max limit break. Fuck you! And that's what I say about that. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's more of like, really? Is that your way to incentivize to go for dupes? And that's another thing I hate about this event. It's like, why? That is just like a kick to the gut for free-to-plays. And very unlucky people. Like, I could see a free-to-play like this person doing that, getting someone to level 100. I'm actually curious. What is the equipment? Okay. Probably someone who wailed for Tortilla. Has proper raid 5 equipment. Oh, not proper. I shouldn't say that. But decent enough. To be honest, actually, Shippo Kyoto's really good. Like, I would say he'd be better in this event just because of the critical damage just from SS3. He's obviously going to be doing more damage if you spam. So, technically, Shippo Kyoto's the best for points of damage if you're going for that route. Oh, really now? There we go. At that point, it was just spam till you got it. Really. I'm surprised we're not even getting any of the extra bosses. 10%. And that's another thing. It's like, I feel like it was higher in the last area clearing event. Because it was a lot more common. But then again, I think I was doing more of the up percentages, but still felt a lot more common. Okay, not bad. That would have been a dope one if I was able to get the other boss there. But alas, that wasn't the case. I'm kind of curious. I don't have those. I don't have those. I have trove of those. Okay. You know what? I thought I had 3.0 or 100%, but I guess not yet. Well, it looks like someone that's going full mitigation. I wonder how they're gonna go out. Almost full mitigation. I mean, this is not mitigation, but still. Let's look at their stats. 6,800. Not even. Okay, proper skill slots. Equipment. Okay, I see. So this person literally went for the new dual blades just for raid. That's kind of hilarious. Enter the spear. Could be a lot better armor. You can tell that they don't have any raid 5 armor. Interesting. Okay. See ya, Squidward. Have a nice day. I could have gone that as a berry. That is so annoying to figure out if you can do. How the fuck, game? Okay, I'm getting tired of this shit. What are you doing? Just stay over here. How the fuck was that not a berry? I'm actually getting annoyed that this is not... I hate this boss. Stop with this shit. What the fuck? I feel like that we're gonna get that extra boss in this one. Hey, welcome to the stream, LV. If you have Bright Awesome easier to get rid of the small birds, true, I can see that working. Okay, we're not gonna get the taboo to go up. Okay. Bright Asuna, technically. You can probably use Bright Asuna instead. That would be a lot better. Actually, Bright Asuna would be kind of a good part. So, shoot by Kirito, Bright Asuna. And actually, one of the bonus characters could actually rework in this event if you're clever enough and spam at the right times. And finally came to help out. I mean, you could, which might actually help with the speeding up process. I guess something to know, it's like, Heartsoul, just let me know if you want to do a guild version, like just guild, just to help farm out a lot, then I'll do that. We'll just need to get the guild to come around, and, you know what, I'm gonna do that real quick. Why do I have 2 Discords open? Actually, I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm just gonna let everyone in the guild know. You did indeed. Okay, let's get started. So yeah, hopefully you guys should get that. So just let me know, and if anyone does say anything in the guild chats, then let's get to business, Hartzell. If you're still around. Oh, how the... Whatever. I should get these by now. This boss is just all over the place. Nope. There we go. 19%. Not bad. And, of course, we got our feathered friend here. Yeah, sure, I'm almost done farming enough of diamonds from the working event. Seriously. Well, we'll still have to see if anyone does decide to do it. I mean, Melvy. I think Melvy's in the guild, maybe? Not too positive on that. I'd have to recheck again. I don't think he is. No idea. I had to... Why am I forgetting that if you're in the guild? Not having to check the guild itself. I don't think he is, but I think Ajin is right now. DMT, Eve, aka Trico. We'll have to see. SMH might, depending on if he actually gets on. Okay, this might be a little oof. We'll have to see though. No? Okay. Oh, interesting. So they're probably gonna spam with Asuna there. Tease is probably just to stay alive, and then she's there for SS3 spam. That's what it looks like this team is. I can just tell by the units. Anyway, let's continue on. So I'm gonna probably do this until I get all the chests from each area. Then I'm gonna farm, of course, the gold chests, which I'm gonna go for the bonus ones, and I'm probably not gonna do much after. Like, I'm gonna go for all the gold chests I can, then I'll stop at Unlimited, because I don't really like this event all that much. So, I think that's... okay. Interesting. I do hate that that misses. There we go. Not bad. Still 10%. 10%'s not giving us anything. I hate that. Actually, stun, I would say the best thing to farm is the under 30-second clear. Under 30-second clear is probably the best one to farm at this point, just from what I've seen. Oh, dope. Well, that was kind of overkill. Okay, so storage is complete, so we're going to continue on. So stun is interesting, but point-wise, it could be buffed. Because there's no way you could probably just easily destroy it, which is something to note. Was that stun? Or maybe I was thinking something else. Let me check. Because that was Master. I think we were in Master +1? No. It was... Doesn't really say. It doesn't really say. Okay, so never mind, I guess, on that. Also, I guess there is 2 of them that are... Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so never mind. I thought it was only 1, which I guess is not the case. But still, I would say Crest 6 would be the best to farm whenever it comes around. But anyway, let's get on with Master. You know what? Since they're all the same, I'm gonna focus on the 15 to 40%. I am ready to face the boss, and to be honest, that's the main reason why we have a mitigation unit, is in that situation. And I think this one is partial destruction, whatever that means. Okay, let me see. Anytime. Okay. So, a Jin might be ready. So, oh yeah, sure, I'm almost in farming. Okay. So, misspelled, but whatever. I hate that it's not giving me the berry. I hate when that happens. I mean, it is a dual blade. I probably should switch him out with Asuna, because Asuna does have a fast assist 3. I should do that. And also, we actually did a lot of damage. Holy cow. It's 40%. Wow. 40%. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised. %40 is a lot. Okay. Okay, game. Okay. Sorry, Melvin. It's time for guilds. So whenever you're ready, Heart Soul, I'm pretty much getting set up. I did tell Ajin that I'm going to be setting up in a few minutes, and that we're waiting for you. So she should be showing up very soon, and we'll just have to wait for, of course, you. Whenever she shows up. And to be also something to know, it's like, if you're not doing it with your guild, you're kind of wasting time. Like, and that's another thing to know. It's like, you don't have to do it with randoms, obviously. Try to do it with your guild. Like, you're always gonna at least get 2 in that regard. If you have a new unit, that's at least 3. So what are we waiting for? Okay, give me 5 minutes and I could just go and catch up. Okay, well, to be honest, you do get bonus points if you have a full team, so we have to technically wait for a 3rd person, so we're gonna have to wait for you. Because technically, yes, we could go. Okay, just give me... I see what you mean. Okay, okay. I read that wrong, but yeah, we'll just do a few more. So I'll do a few more. 5 minutes. Maybe 1, 2. Maybe 1 or 2. We'll see. Okay, Bird Brain, what are you gonna do? Oh, I should have spared. There we go. Yellow it. Did we get him? Nope. %. 2 times in a row. That's starting to get a little sketch. Okay. Another trainee. Hated this version 2. And to be honest, I would rather have it like only on several of the last few missions with only raid 3s, and that's it. I hate it that they do raid 2s. And also, like I said, I'm not gonna even do it. I already sold some of the raid 2s. I always sell the raid 2s. There's no exceptions. All raid 2s must be sold. I don't give a care if there's only 1 raid 4 you can get. No. And also, it helps that it doesn't really. It's not really good at all. It kind of sucks. So. Almost done. Okay. We'll do 1 more. Like I said, 2, roughly. After this, then I will set it up again. If... There we go. Okay, Bird Brain, what are you gonna do now? Hello? I actually got hit in midair. Oh, yay. I love that when it happens. There we go. So this is it. We'll see if we get Mr. Yeah, we finally got him. finally got him. Okay, this is gonna be annoying, just because of how much MP we have. Mitigation reset? No. MP, though, not the best. And it also doesn't help that he's a... The fuck? That actually goes through fucking mitigation? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What? Did that boss actually go through mitigation? Or is it just because I took too long? It might have been either or. We'll have to see. I might have to look back on that. Welcome to the stream, Lustrious. How you doing? I wonder if they changed it so that the final boss instead is, like, if you do get the final boss, then you have to get the same things over again. Which, if that is the case, that's actually kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I technically got the first fairy with the first boss, so that means it's probably the Integrity Knight. Anyway. There you go. Well, yes, but... that might not have been the case there. Like, he did a lot of damage, and I know sometimes if the boss does a lot of damage, the boss can technically get rid of your medications. Like, think of your medication as your guard sometimes. And I noticed it multiple times, not just with her. Not just with 6-star medications, way before 6-star medications were a thing. So, there's 3 possibilities. 1, it goes through medication. 2, the medication wore off. 3, the medication wore off because I took a lot of damage. Way low. Though that's hard to know, and I didn't count. So, I mean, I don't believe anyone's gonna count unless it's really goddamn important. And the medication's at least, I would say, 3 to 5 seconds. Which is a decent long time. So, I don't know. I'd have to look back on it. Anyway, Jin should be here. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not a noob. I'm sorry, my friend. I literally have the best equipment possible. Well, actually, technically I don't, because I want to go for more damage. I wasn't great on that, but that's not really needed. This should be enough. And even then, the trainee armor, let's go see it. Because I don't believe that. HP when you're using a sword. I can see what you mean, but no. For this instance, I want to go for damage. Yeah, just for instance, I will need to go for damage. So technically, you're kind of correct, but I would have to test them out, and even then, like, unless I'm doing a Forkland event, I really don't need to. They're always 550th day logging in. Oh, nice. Hi. There we go. Okay, let's get the mitigation up, just because why not? Okay. This one, we just need to kill the boss with another amount of HP. What? Game? Not? Do that again, please. I jumped, but I don't want to go down smashing it. I mean, it's like, I'm gonna be honest here. I just need to be more careful with the boss, too. It could have been that I waited too long, which is very, very possible. And yeah, like, I don't know, comparing with the Raid 5 armor, I'd have to check the defense stats again, but I would say the Raid 5 is a lot more worth it. It's just I gotta be more careful. I think it's just a general consistency here. Okay, delayed lag. Hello. Oh, and I also realized I'm in Asuna. How the hell did I switch to Asuna? What the hell?
Feels like it came to
When you're not focusing in family, it disrupts you. Okay, there we go. I just need to switch to mitigation. I hate that move. I hate that move to bits. Oh god, okay. Okay, I will admit that one move is annoying. And I actually got hit by that. Can you fuck off, please? There we go. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter if it's killed. Like, this is... just in general, being able to kill just helps out a lot. And to be honest, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Like, it's whatever. She died. I'm still alive. Still get the points. Still get the gist. If this was the case for, let's say, Forkland event, this would be a different story. I probably would change the armor in that case. But then again, yeah, I don't think did I have Raid 5 armor for her in Forkland event? I don't think I did. I don't remember. Anyway. Let's make sure we change that real quick. There we go. So I'm thinking, just from what I've seen from the boss, I did get the first parry for the bird. So everything resets now. So you can't just get the points from the bird, which I feel like is kind of stupid. But now you have to do it with the Integrate Knight. So if you know you're gonna get him, it's just kind of stupid now because you're not gonna spam and not. It depends upon the situation. I can't finish for clearing event 200%. I can't finish it. I mean, it's not that hard. Oh, way too fast. Way too fast there. See, this is what happens when I'm not paying attention. I I messed up like that. I mean, depending upon your units, I would say just even with today's 6-star edge, like if you run around the icicles and you're smart enough to hopefully dodge his one-shot attacks, like I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. Like you should be able to complete it. You see, like, if I knew that, the boss would appear, then yeah, probably, yeah, that was a mistake. I should have just did only one, and just saved it. That's one of the few things I hate about this. Anyway, you're on floor 84. Is there gonna be another Snowflake Raid 4.5? Yes, for January. There's always 3. You're on floor 84. Well, let me know what your units are, and I could probably make a guide, like a floor by floor, what you should use. I hate that. So I already missed the first parry because for some weird reason, they decided to reset your parries. Because that is fun. Switch to Kirito, please? Oh, you dick. Really, game? Oh, you absolute dick. What? There we go. I need one of these days, one of these runs, to pretty much not die. I just need to make it. Got coked by eaten by the boss. Yeah, the only problem with the boss that I'm afraid of is not the one-shot. The one-shot is easy to understand. He always dashes backwards. Like, every time he dashes backwards, that's an instant, oh shit, he's gonna do that one-shot move. If you can understand that, then the boss is easy. Just understand his other attacks, which generally most people do know, and you should be fine. The best suggestion, I would say, would be when he does the ground attack. Remember, every time he does that, he does the ice attacks. After halfway, the ice shards are a lot bigger and do a lot more damage, and there's a lot of them. So you gotta run for your life, legit. You can't just stand there and take the hits. You have to run if you're trying to do that. Unless you have a mitigation for that floor. If you don't have a mitigation for that floor, then yeah, that's the best advice. Okay, so depends upon if you're trying to go for the challenges or not. If you have one of the summer wind units, which I can show you which ones, then you should be fine. Like, unless you even if you have a 4-star version, you should just be fine with them. Like, the boss is like 5-star meta stats. I can't time his first attack for my life. It's just one of those things. So, the best advice I could give you is always look at the eyes. Like, if you know the boss is going to attack, look at the eyes. If you see the red gleam, instantly parry. Generally, when you see the red gleam, that's when you can parry. So when he does it, you instantly parry. If you're in that general location, that is. sword only challenge, yeah, I would definitely save one of your mitigation units for the last battle, if you can. That's just a no-brainer. Like, yeah, some of the attacks is like, unless you have a barrier sword unit, yeah, you're going to have to bring in mitigation for the last 4 so you get the second parry, unless you're able to dash side to side, up and down at the same time, so dash up sideways, so like northeast kind of direction, and get the parry by dashing, like get the parry instantly. You could do that, but that's obviously very advanced, and that's also if you can knows he's gonna do it and you can get in there and get the parry, because I know some of his attacks is like non-parry then instantly parry, which can be annoying. I saved Ronnie and SS Leafa for the boss, so I think it's just more of the fact that, like, if you have Ronnie should just, my bad, Ronnie should be able to destroy the boss. I was able to solo with Ronnie. And as you can tell with Ronnie, like, yeah, like, you should be able to do it. Like, if you get to the final one and you're having troubles with Ronnie, I feel like you're either somehow not spamming enough, or you're getting hit by the one-shot move. Which, if you're getting hit by the one-shot move, he always dashes backwards. Every time he dashes, he's going to do the one-shot move. All you need to do is follow him, but dashing downwards or upwards, depending on where he is. Yeah, Ronnie is really good, and Tease is the other girl. I don't know, I like Ronnie more, because she's at least easier to, like, her SSC is a lot more safer, I want to say. To be perfectly honest, like, I feel like her SS3 is the most safest SS3 compared to the two. But yeah, technically, if you guys want me to, I could probably make a chart for you just to see, like, what you should use for what. The main pun units you have. Like, the sword challenge, I would say the only problem, or possible problem, which I think all of the challenges I kinda had problems with, would be the Reaper boss. 100%, the Reaper boss. Like, that's the only one that I would say you should be afraid of. Because funny story for you. When the first time that Fortune event came around, I couldn't pass the Reaper boss back then, just because the Reaper boss did so much damage. And at the time, I would consider myself to not be a pro, but I wouldn't call myself a noob either. I was kind of like good and bad at certain stuff. I'm a lot better now, obviously. I do make mistakes from here and there, but pretty much I couldn't pass it for the life of me. The boss was able to one-shot pretty much a lot of the units, and pretty much one-shot a full HP, was it like I think it was the 5-star Alice, or maybe it was a 4-star Alice, I don't remember which one, but he did, and I rage critted, pretty much, and when this came around, I destroyed the hell out of him, and pretty much the Forkland event in itself. I did most of the challenges. The only challenge I haven't done yet is the Silica, I Love Silica challenge. Which, of course, I don't know if anyone watched that live stream. It's on the YouTube channel right now. I pretty much did the Forkland event challenges. Yeah, like, the Reaper boss does a lot of damage, and I think it still does, but it's still in the 5-star meta stats, so its HP stat is kinda low, like, really low. Like, you could probably kill in one parry if you do enough damage with, like, a 6-star full Earth team. You could be able to. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, you just need to make sure you keep yourself alive, and you should be good. Just keep doing damage. Like, the HP requirement is... Oh, I could've gotten that berry, but whatever. But yeah, you should be fine. Just do enough damage. For me, I think I'm trying to remember who I used. I think I either used a mitigation or maybe I didn't. I am not too positive. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, not bad. 19 seconds. Really? Okay. But yeah, like, here's the thing. I would probably done the Silica challenge if I maybe had a few more units. Like, I'm still not confident. I would love to have another healing unit. Or maybe a decent Earth unit. Guild only. Another thing is, I kind of wish you can just do, like, a guild only version. And just instantly do guild only. And you don't have to worry about changing each and every time. Which is kind of annoying. Anyway, aside from that. I'm trying to remember, what sort of unit I used? Maybe mitigation? I don't remember. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I used Skullgore, Straya. Fun fact, the Reaper boss is actually the first original Forkland event boss. So it's kind of interesting that they got the majority of the first Forkland event exclusive banners, which, okay, was the first mitigation units, being the Skullgore units. So it's interesting that they got most of the weapon challenges for them, except bows. That worked. That worked. That worked. That could have been a parry, but I was way too far. Okay. I somehow got hit in midair. There we go. Mitigation. Thank you. I know sometimes mitigation doesn't always apply, which is an annoying thing about 6 stars. Hey, can I do an SS3 next time? I'm only doing this just in case that the boss does decide to appear. But I do lose chests, so there is that. Okay, no taboo. Rip. Which eventually I will be using boosters, it's just obviously not now. I'm gonna probably wait for the 100% boosters on last day just for you guys. But it depends upon how much I farm this event by then. Dun 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 dun. Which also does mean that I'm probably gonna have to make my own thumbnail. Nope. No, I don't know who you are. I don't know how you got there. But, see ya. For now. Unless that was one of the guild members. Which, if he comes back, then he is. If he doesn't come back, then he's just some random that got in. Which can happen. It's like, somehow they're able to get in, but they just take time to load. So I guess everyone kinda lagged there, so... Yeah. I think it's just mostly because people are just randomly joining. And I think it's... And there is a, you know, of course, the random join option. So it's probably doing it so fast that it's, like, instant. Almost. Like, it's not even instant. Like, maybe a few milliseconds, but it's almost instant. And they somehow get in, which is weird, but... It's whatever. Just kick him out. Can you see my units? So look at my channel, there's a mini vid. Oh, okay. I might as well do that, if you guys don't mind. I am going to get these parries. There we go. There is the gosh dang it. Why did I jinx myself? RIP. That's a bit annoying. Just because I have to do it all over again. That's another thing is I hate that it's now they reset it if you get the other boss, so you have to do everything again. So getting the most damage, get the last hit, get the first parry. Bit annoying. Bit annoying. Come on, I have SS3 still. Thank you. Oh, I hate that. You dick. Stop doing that. I will fucking pick you down. If that one attack just stopped doing that. I hate that. Anyway. Where is it? Let me give you the link start roll. Real quick. Anyway. Second, can you see my units? Look at me at the channel. There's a mini vid on them. GG. I mean, can you just send me it through Discord? Or send me a link? Because I don't think it showed up on... Unless it's on your channel. I don't see it. Let me... Because if I'm going to have to join through your channel, I have to go to YouTube. I have to click on your profile picture. It can be annoying. Okay. And also has to load, so I'm... Video, live stream, it is, okay. Units always die. Mine too. If I can. Can I please go to their channel, YouTube? Okay, this might fudge up the stream, because it might switch the quality. I hope it doesn't do that, so we'll have to see. Kinda curious. Sperry Master. Of course. You have a lot of good units that you have to level up. I'm just looking through your units and it's like, you have a lot of units you can level up. Okay, so looking through all your units, there really isn't any decent, like, Okay, so I might as well switch to the other screen here, and I don't think that's another on stream. Okay, so I'm gonna show this on stream. Hopefully you don't mind. But this Straya here, Fila. This Fila's good. This Fila's good. If I'm correct, she should have auto HP and stun. This is gonna help you out for the lizards. You might want to save her for the lizards and the slimes at the very start if you're having problems with the slimes. I'm trying to see these. Not the best 4th stars. To be honest, you should finish off your free 4-star/5-star units. Like this Xenon's good if you maxed her out, 5-starred her. Like, to be honest, like since you did it, you kind of lost a good unit there. Like this unit would have helped you, 100%. So first of all, just to help out in general, level up all your units. Level up all of them. This Xenon here is defense down. That's going to help you easily kill your units. Yes, he does 1 SS3, but massive damage at once. This Kirito, I think, is MP regeneration for combo. So if you need non-elemental units, you could probably use some non-elemental units if you don't have the correct units. So probably like some 6 stars, and then this unit's recover MP, something like that. Okay, so these 2 units, these 2 Xenons, are barrier. This is gonna help the fuck out of you. I'm not gonna lie, like, since you have these 2, I don't have these 2. You literally just got lucky, sir, because you can literally spam SS3s and get away from the boss. Just keep spamming SS3s and you should be good to go, especially for that stupid fish boss. If you can just manage to get a lot of MP out once, you can spam, take a hit, and spam again. Do note, though, the fish boss, you do have to jump at some points, and it might be better to parry, but it's just something to note. This Xenon right here is really good. It's sad to see that you don't have her max leveled up. But she's barrier and auto heal, so she's gonna be really good. And I'm gonna make a chart of this just to see for the best units, but just in general, what I've seen the most is level up your units, because you'd be surprised of how good some of your units are. Especially this one right here. You're having problems with Golem? She's gonna solve all of your problems. I'm not lying. Double barrier is broken, especially for Forkland event. Double barrier, 3 uses, wind, easy counter for the Golem. Easy, easy, easy counter. This Yuki right here, auto HP if I'm correct, should be. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I do know. Is it Switch SS3? One of the. She does barrier. That's the main point. She has barrier. Try to go for support units. Like if you're not doing enough damage and maybe you want to do a lot of damage fast, bring someone like this Argo here for defense down. Barrier, yada yada yada. You can probably get most of your units, but I would say the main thing from what I've seen, also that Yuki's really good, auto HP and crit up, is level up your units. Like level up the other units that you don't have leveled up yet, and that they should be good. You have T's, man. You are good for the final boss. Okay, let me see. Do you have what's your Earth units looking like? Okay, so looking at this, it depends upon how confident you are on certain bosses. I soloed pretty much using Lolly Alice for the fish boss when trying to do the Rod challenge. So that is an option. She's decent at 6 stars. 6 stars is going to do a lot of damage, so just spam and run away. That could be a strat for the fish boss. Tails Kirito. Just in general, like, since you have Tails Kirito, you should already been done with it. He's spam ability, 6-star, 8 HP, not auto HP, HP recovery with barrier. That's broken AF. You just gotta realize how much you gotta spam sometimes, and get, like, if you spam, get a lot of MP, and spam to get out of the way, you should be good. Gear is at the end of the video. I don't know if you, like, gear rise, like, my best suggestion for gear is just to get gear for everyone. Farm enough gear to have gear for everyone. But I would suggest, of course, gear rise, that it is not the free gear from those random events. Always be ranking event gear, or like gear that's for characters. generally those two types of gears are better. I would probably get rid of these gear, and probably, if you can somehow farm more male gear, I would do it. I don't think you can right now, so that's kind of impossible. But for all the girls that don't have gear, farm gear. That's literally farm ranked event gear, and you should be good to go. These two you could level up. I did notice, though, that this is rate 4 gear, so I don't know what the purpose is for spreading out the rate 5 gear. I wouldn't spread this much out, unless this is gear from a ranking event, from the guild ranking event. If it's not, I would not be spreading these rate 5s out. I know this is the free one, that doesn't matter, but for instance, these two, I will not be spreading this out, unless, like I said, this is the free rate 5 gear piece from the guild ranking event, then yeah, just focus on finishing Kirito's. But focus always on one. And if you need armor, just farm for it at a ranking event, exchange. You can get infinite armor. You just need to take the time to farm it. Okay. And kind of the same deal for sorceries. I would always farm for the sorceries, because for our ranked event, exchange shop for sorceries, because they're going to be the best. I'm sorry, but okay, so that's good. So I want to say this right now. You have teas. I would 100% switch this ranked event sorcery with this. I would give all sword mitigation the sword mitigation equipment. That's what I pretty much call it. So I'll show you guys real quick what I mean by that. Pretty much the equipment you get from the Tease and Ronnie events always give for sword mitigations. So those armor and the sorcery, pretty much put it on Tease. Which, looking back, you do have the armor, but I would put the sorcery on Tease. And of course, I want to say this right now, you could use Alice for stun, but you could also use the double barrier for just survivability. It's just something to know, you know? Okay, good. So let me go through the units. I will make a spreadsheet, not spreadsheet, Excel document, I should say. So what I'm gonna do is, real quick, I'm gonna switch to this layout real quick. Oh, dope. How do I want to do this? Come on. Can I do that for all, please? Let me do that real quick. I am sorry, everyone, but I'm gonna focus on this 20. It's gonna look big, but it's at least gonna be easy to see. What is it? Okay, so I need to switch to Discord, because that's where it is. I should technically save it and post it on our Discord to see for yourselves, which I don't know why I haven't yet, but I should. So, let me see right here. Okay, so this right here, oh, let me switch back. So this is pretty much all the bosses that you're going to be facing. I know they give them interesting nicknames for some of them. But of course, you can figure out that first is Slime Wars, Goblin Boss, Lungfish, the annoying Scythe, Weeper Boss, Lizard Squad. So this is why you have, that's what I was talking about, Fila there. She's going to be a huge help, especially since there's fire units. The classic Goblin Boss again, yes, he comes back for a second time with more HP and more pretty much stats. There's a Dark Boss, so you could you could pretty much solo it with Wally Alice at that point. And of course the Gleam Eyes, which you can, like, to be honest, you could probably just go through all of them, and you don't have to use keys until the last one. And if you do it correctly, you should be able to do it. Okay. So this would be better if I had a screenshot. I'm not gonna lie, because then I could go through each unit, but because it's not different, it's like on a Google Chrome, it's gonna be a bit of a nuisance to deal with, but it's whatever. So, where is it? This is why I kinda hate this. This is why this was easier if I didn't have... Ah! Not what I wanted, you stupid Discord. Okay, I'm just gonna do the floors first. So I'm gonna just do, yeah, first floor, then go on from there. I'm trying to make this as quickly as I can, so there's 8, okay. Actually, I could probably do... that was wrong. There we go. Okay, that doesn't need to be like that. But this right here does. Okay, so the first boss is the Slime Wars, which, looking through your units, you could probably do this with any sword characters, like Mila, for instance. So you could either use Trap Alice if you're frisky like that. If, like, to be honest, Trap Alice could be another unit you can use for the Reaper boss, so I'm gonna save her for that. You could use Melia, the Fire Yuki, the HP recover God Yuki. I'm gonna call it God Yuki instead, because technically that's what it is, what version she is. I would save your 6 stars for just in case emergencies, because they're gonna be able to spam and kill. Yeah, I wouldn't go hard yet. I mean, you could also use Heroes Return Kirito as your last option. This is pretty much auto heal units. You should only use one. I would not go overboard. Don't go with multiple, just go with one. If you can't do it with one, then go with the one that you're more comfortable with. Like, if you can't do it with Heroes Return Kirito, go with God Yuki. If you can't do it with God Yuki, Trap Alice might be your best bet. Just because she's trap and that trap attack. Like, if you kill the enemy from the normal SS3, the trap attack might hit another slime and knock it down. So that's something to note with the first wave, and that's something that could happen. Anyway, so continuing on, the Goblin boss. I'm gonna say this right now, level up that's New Year's Breeze Silica, which I already showed you off, the Double Barrier Wind. And you can technically solo it with her. If you need someone else, you can bring Animal Alice, just for the stun, if you need stun. Or Trap Leafa. So if you need more wind units, there's Trap Leafa and Animal Alice. But that's also if you need the damage, or if you feel like that's not going to work. That shouldn't be the case. You should be able to do it just with New Year's Breeze Silica. So that's just something to note. Let me look, is there anything you said yet? Got past the second golem, used lethal once already. Oh dang, you're already ahead of me. Okay. Where's the boss guide sheet? So in this instance, the Lungfish, you can probably just solo with a range auto heal. So Lolly Alice, for example. And just spam and pretty much get away is the best thing I could say. Just range in general for the boss, you can easily get away from it and go away and attack an SS3 whenever you want to. It's easier and better with the 6 stars, so Lolly Ice is just the best unit, to be honest, for that boss. just make sure you jump the rave attack and you should be fine. Like, if you can jump the rave attack and you can time that perfectly, you should be fine. Just make sure to run away. Don't get hit by the slam attack and you should be fine. Scythe. In this instance, I would say Trap Alice again. Tails Kyoto, or like to say T-O-R Kyoto, or Kyoto. There we go. Which Tales of Rays, technically, so as well. You could save Tales of Rays Kyoto for the last boss too, so do that as well. Units. And you could probably go with GGO Asuna if you really need terrain. No, this is, okay, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was on the last boss. Which, actually, you can use, so GGO Asuna as another example. You could also go with a barrier. So I would say barrier units would help. Just so you can take a hit, and just make sure to dodge and you should be fine. Looking through your units, I wouldn't suggest going with some of the earth units unless you're trying to do SS3 combo damage. So don't fully use Yukata Rain. Only for SS3 starting, I would say, at that instance. Unless the boss can get stunned, which if the boss does stun, then I would spam more with her in that instance. But I would say that. So pretty much, I think that's general gist. I would say that's your first difficult boss to get through. I know that sometimes things could be a lot worse for certain bosses. Like, I know the 7th floor boss can be a douche. Music? Hello? Music? Just a second, everyone. Oh. There we go. Okay, there we go. Anything else you said? Okay, not yet. Okay. Just making sure I get to the boss. So the next one would be the Lizard Squad, which, like I said, the 4-star, funny enough, the 4-star Water Philia. You can solo. She is auto heal. So yeah, like you can solo with, like, for both the 1st and the 5th wave, you can pretty much use any of the water heal stun units. 2 years ago, it's kind of the same deal as the GGO Water Lane, Fuka, and Premier. No. Why the heck am I forgetting names all of a sudden? Yeah, pretty much the Treasure Hunter. Treasure Hunter. No. I don't think it's Treasure Hunter. I don't think that's the correct name. But anyway, so who was I saying? Yes. Why am I forgetting her name? Pituri. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot her name, but yeah. Let me see. Let me get the video for you guys, just to show you who I'm talking about. This Phila right here. I mean, Premier. Oh. Yeah, Phila. I don't know why I mixed those two there for a minute, but yeah. Phila, this Phila right here. I think it's Treasure Hunter, I don't remember. But yeah, she's able to solo. You should be able to solo. You just gotta make sure to be honest, there can be a chance you get unlucky RNG and you can get stunned 24/7. I got stunned once, but thankfully I was able to survive even with using one of them, which I think it was, I don't remember which playthrough it was. But yeah, I had one of them. I think it was the one that got stunned, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'd have to I didn't record. Did I? I streamed it, but did I stream? Yeah, I didn't stream the sword one. It might have been the sword one. I don't know. I'd have to check back the other two challenges because I didn't stream the sword challenge, but I did do the other two. And also, if you want me to do challenge specific, then I can help suggest that as well. Anyway, so that's the feel I'm talking about. If you guys are wondering. Anyway, going back to the bosses, it's Goblin boss again. So use the same units like you did last time. So use the same as second set of units, and you should be able to do it. Like if you do the same strat as the second, it should work as the sixth. Just make sure you don't get hit, and you should be fine. Which is not that hard, especially with double barrier, stun, and trap. You should be able to deal with the boss. Like if you can't, then I would hate to say this, but you're gonna probably have to use T or R Kirito if you can't. In this instance, I will not use T'is. If you had Ronnie, you could, but if you don't have Ronnie and you have T'is, I wouldn't, because the boss is Earth, and water does not like Earth. Have fun trying to use mitigation against Earth attacks. Try it. It's not gonna easily work. You can do it, but you realize how much damage you take, and you gotta be really careful if you do. But aside from that, I mean, if you had any of the wind mitigations, the second and sixth bosses, pretty much second and sixth floor should be very easy for you if you had one of the earth wind mitigation. But not, then this is probably what I would say. Just any good earth units, probably one that has auto heal / barrier. And let me check. Do you have Kimono? Not Kimono. What was it? Ninja, Alice / Ujo? Let me see. Checking back on the video. No, you don't. But you do have a 6-star Leafa, so you could use your 6-star Leafa for both, but that's optional. That will be overkill. Like, to be honest, like, this is being safe. But if you wanted to overkill, she's going to do lots of damage. Like, I would say 2 to 3 parries. If you keep your combo, boss should be dead. On the 6th. Like, it'd be even less for the second floor. Anyway, so if you save TR Kirito, like, if you haven't done TR Kirito for both of these, then use the TR Kirito for the last two. So, use... Okay, so, I'm going to say this. Holy units, preferably Lolly, Alice, or ranged, so you can technically use Christmas Asuna. I'm just gonna say see Asuna. Pretty much just ranged holy units. Melia for the barrier, so you can take a hit if you need that. And of course these last two, since you have T'is, TR Kirito / T'is. And then of course, for the last floor, you could solo with TR Kirito. You could solo with T'is if you really wanted to solo. Bring all, like, pretty much make it a, like, at this point you can use a full team, so full team at that point. Pretty much just bring your best units along with, like, TR Kirito or T'is just for the survivability, and then bring I would say mostly 6 stars just for the SS3 damage. So for instance, T'is from the mitigation, dodge the attacks. Each time you parry, you do pretty much a 4 SS3 combo with 2 other 6 stars. And then the 4th SS3 should be T'is. Or that could be said for Kirito as well. So either or, flip-flop them. And that should be the most amount of damage. I know I skipped some units, like the godly Summer Yuki, the Water Dual Blade Auto HP. So that's an option. But preferably you want to have the most tankiest but most damaging units. So TR Kirito is more for damage. 6-star and the barrier, just to get pretty much just that extra case that you might get hit, or you might get hit and can't dodge for some weird reason. Same thing for T, because she's Mega Negation. You could also use Mila in that instance too, if you haven't used Mila yet, and if you really wanted to, you could solo the boss with Mila, if you really wanted to. That's optional. But yeah, like, we haven't really scratched the surface of what you could use. Like, you could probably filter in the Fire Bow Xenons, the barrier ones. Let me take that down, because we don't need any more. Got Bad Luck for Ninja Alice and Ujio. That's fine. Like, if you're having troubles with the Golem, the whatever his face is again, I would say, if you can't use the second set, TR Kirito, or the 6-star Leafa. Maybe both. Maybe bring 6-star Leafa with some of the other wind units. You should be able to do it. You just gotta make sure you know the boss pattern. Like, that's something to know. It's like, yes, I could suggest these units, but you also need to know the boss's pattern and understand it and be able to beat the boss. I know some units, like, New Year's Breeze Leafa, can just hide behind an SS3 away. I know that could be said for any wind mitigations, but since you don't have any, that doesn't really help. Nor any of the other New Year's Breeze characters. Like, I'm gonna say this right now, like, for you not using New Year's Breeze Silica, you're pretty much, what's the correct term? You're pretty much limiting yourself. I wanted it to be high-demanding words, but no. You're just limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself with not using Silica. GG. Double Barrier is really good. Especially for 4th Land event. I cannot stress it enough. That is why, also, I could have used, thinking back to it, I never used Bridal Alice, which is another option I could have used, but I never used her in the 4th Land event, so... So yeah, like, to be perfectly honest, like, you just gotta look through, see what units you have, just make sure you have proper equipment, understanding the boss's patterns, and just doing something like this, you can beat it. You can do it. I know you can. I think anyone can, especially with 6 stars. Like, if you have some 6 stars, trust me, you will do enough damage, and you will be able to do in a few parries, if you really go for parries. If you want to be really safe, you could also do that as well. You just need to make sure you have the proper armor, and so you don't even have to have the proper weapon. You don't have to have a weapon. Just make sure you have armor and sorceries in just those case scenarios, or to have enough MP or something like that. I would always suggest to have a proper weapon for 6 stars so you can do 4 SS3s. That's the beauty of 6 stars, is because of that. But anyway, just looking through your team, this is kind of what I would say. Just from looking at it, there's some things you can flip-flop depending upon how it goes, but this should be how it looks like what you could do. And I know there's some units I didn't even go over, like you could use Christmas Asuna more at a different, like you could probably use Christmas Asuna on the 6th floor and then on the 7th floor, something like that. Like, and in some cases, like 4-star Fila should just be okay with the 5th floor. Same thing for 1st floor, like you can probably just go with Here's a Turn Kirito and you should be fine. And if you're having troubles, like I said, just go to either God Yuki or Mila or Trap Atlas. I would probably not go with Mila just because her stats are not the best, but is an option. Just because she has barrier. I would say is if you can't do Here's a Turn Kirito, you might not be able to do Mila. So it might be better to go either a Trap Alice or God Yuki, preferably Trap Alice. Because God Yuki is crit up, so she can be used as support. And also, I want to look through units again, because I want to see if you have the Priestess, the Princess units, not Priestess. Because if you have Princess Silica or Princess Asuna, they're pretty much the best supports for 4th Land event. Lower the attack, lower the defense, you're good to go to tank. I just don't think you have any. I don't think you have any of them. Also, I didn't even put in this Elizabeth here. Like, Elizabeth could be used on the 7th floor. She's actually really good. She can do it as a stay from far away. And I'm trying to remember. She's attack up. So she could be a good support unit, especially. You can easily destroy, like, from what I've seen, like, you could probably do, like, I think it was, because we did it on stream. We did, like, 6 SS3s without even parrying, and we killed the boss. So that just kind of shows you. Like, the boss defense and HP-wise, if you have holy units, you can destroy. So, I would, in this instance, level up all your 5 stars. First off, like, before you even restart, level up all your 5 stars. Why haven't you yet? Why haven't you? The purpose of Forking Event is to use all your units, or use all the units that you can, if you wanted to. Especially since you have 2 circus units, those 2 are defense down. Bring one of them for the 6th floor, any other floors. Like, you literally bring any of these 2 for any of all the floors, lower the defense, you Gucci. Like, you'd be surprised. I mean, you probably get it already, but, like, use each and every unit as much as you can. Possible. And just look for your units and think about it, like, maybe you should bring support units to help out the main unit you're using. Maybe bring some barrier or HP units. This depends upon how confident you are with the boss, to be honest. Like, if you're not that confident with the boss, you're gonna have to bring a mitigation. Like, that's what I would say. It's like, if you're not confident, bring mitigation, which you have Tease, but the problem with that is I would suggest to not use her a lot. You only have 2 uses. I would use the last use for the final boss, 100%. Because just in general, 6-star mitigation, if you're always getting hits, combos, and always getting MP, you should be able to do 4 SS3s. You should be fine. The only problem is if you mess up and get hit by the one-shot attack. But like I said, for the final boss, you can always tell when he's going to do that one-shot attack, those orbs, is when he dashes backwards. Anytime you see him dash below or up to avoid the attack. Don't run in front of him. Trust me, do not run in front of him, or you will get hit. That's why I say dashing or running downwards or upwards. He can follow you, though. So that's something to know. That's why having a mitigation or a barrier unit can be helpful, so you can take a hit just in case. I wanted to get Raindrops Girl Rain. To be honest, from what the units I've seen, you really don't need her in this ranking event. This, my bad, Floor Queen event. To be perfectly honest. So yeah, hopefully you kind of get an understanding of what you can do. Hopefully this kind of helped you out. I mean, just looking at your units, this is kind of, I would say, a little bit conservative. I would say the best word for it. Like, you could probably go more out on some floors, just to make your life easier, trying to get through them a lot faster. But yeah, this is kind of where the baseline I would say to go for. I would say the floors that you might have the most trouble with, I would say the most trouble you probably be 4, and 1, and 5. The mob floors and the Reaper boss, I would say the most trouble for you. But that's why, like, what I feel it can handle, and those units should be able to handle first floor. That's like the funny enough, those are the only 3 floors that gave me the most trouble in this working event. And it's the mobs. The mobs will get you. You'd be surprised. Not usually the bosses. Because you always bring the weaker characters for the mobs. Because you're trying to save the better units for the bosses. Which generally, it kind of makes it worse sometimes. So that's just like some fun things to note. But yeah, 4th floor though, just because I know how that Reaper works and how annoying he can be, and how much damage he can do, I would say you'll be having the most trouble on that floor for most people. But aside from that, I think you should be fine. If you understand the boss's pattern for the 8th floor, have a mitigation with the tips I gave you for the boss, you should be fine. I would keep spamming as much as you can. Just make sure you know when you're gonna do the one-shot attack. I mean, you can you can obviously tell. You just gotta be careful, and it helps to bring a 6-star. Like, Thais, I'm gonna say this. Thais and Ronnie are OP for the final boss, because even with the 6-star mitigation, when you can tell when the boss does it, you have enough time to dodge. And that's the thing. That's why I like 6-star mitigations, is because in this instance, you know when to dodge if the boss is gonna do something crazy. Okay, I'm just looking through. Maybe the 7th floor? Now, I do remember when the first time we went through it, we destroyed him. Second time through, for the Kirito and Sinon challenge, we had, like, the AI did something different for a change. So I was kinda mistaken from that, but just because he's holy and he doesn't have that much HP or defense, his main thing is high attack. That's why you always want to dodge him. That's why I say, like, when I talk about him, always dodge and run away if you can. Because if you're not, you're going to die quickly, especially with his poison attack. His poison attack actually gets rid of your MP, so you can't do enough SS3s. So in turn, let's say mitigation unit, hopefully you get what I'm saying. It can go real ugly really quickly on the 7th floor. Just as a heads up. Like, maybe if you're thinking like that, 7th floor might be the worst because of that poison attack. But the poison attack is easy to dodge anyway. It's only like in a small radius in front of the boss. You can literally go around the boss to the back and you should be fine. It's kind of funny like that. It's like, it's so easy to dodge, but if you're not careful, you're pretty much doomed if you're solo. Because it's poison, and I think the poison does kill you. So it's like poison and MP downgrading. I don't know exactly what the term's called. I do know that the Santa boss, for like, I remember like the Christmas Floor Queen event, he had it too, and it was pretty much the whole boss fight was him, those little Santas giving that debuff. Oh god, if you went back and watched the live stream how much I raged with that boss, I did beat it, but holy fudge, man. That boss does not play around. Like, I'm telling you. Like, the 7th boss kinda like gives you the mechanic and shows you that, hey, this is in the game. I'm surprised it's not put much into the game, because if it was more in the game, it would be more cancerous. There's a reason why it's not much in the game. It is cancerous as hell. Poison and MP degradation, I should say. You lose MP is... You'd be surprised like how important it is, losing MP. Oh god, especially for mitigation. Just thinking about it now, I think I did get hit during the second battle with it, but it wasn't really that much of a problem. I could just switch to another unit. At that point, if you got to the 7th floor and you've been kind of conservative with your units, you can just bring a full holy team and you should be good to go. Just don't make a lot of mistakes and you should be fine. That's what I would say about the 7th floor. Just looking through, like, maybe just be careful with the 3rd floor, make sure to not get hit. The boss is easy to dodge anyway, so you shouldn't have a problem. And parries, try to get the parries, unlike me. Like, do try to get the parries if you can. That will make a difference, damage-wise and speed-wise. Anyway, I think that's it. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today's live stream. What time is it? Yeah, that's like, it's been several hours. And I think this, ending off with this is, like, I think the best way to end it off. And hopefully for this, kind of helps you guys out. Like, kind of gives you an idea for trying to complete the Forkland event if you haven't yet. And let's say if you wanted to try out the challenges, let's say if you're doing a sword challenge, and to be honest, the most mitigation units in the game's weapon type is sword. There's a reason why it's only sword, not a combination, for a reason. It's because we literally have like 4 to 5 sword mitigation units in the game. There's, I think, more that I'm probably missing. There is, of course, Trap Kirito Japan version. There is, of course, this 2 6-star units. There is Raindrops Leafa. There is Schoolgirl Straya. There is the Utaka Knight Elizabeth. And then maybe there's more I'm probably missing. But there's literally 6 sword mitigations. So, you should be fine. And I demand upon you sword mitigations. But if you don't have that many, if you have Thais or Ronnie, use them on the last 2 floors. Or maybe use one of them for the 4th floor, because I know the 4th floor can be brutal. But yeah, I can go over it more, but that's for another time and dependent upon equal units. But until then, if you guys did enjoy today's live stream, make sure to leave a like and subscribe / follow. Description below is Discord, so do please go check it out. For tomorrow's live stream, I'm thinking it's gonna be yet again Art Online Memory Defrag. We will be continuing on the area clearing event. I might do some off stream, but the general gist is I might do a bit of that, and I might switch. I don't know. We might end up doing the same thing we did today and try to help you guys out for the floor clearing event. The floor clearing event does end on the 9th, so you do have time to still do the things you need to do. But anyway, aside from that, good luck on your summons. I'm 11. Thank you all for joining, and have a nice day. Peace. Later, bro. Finally got my 5-star will. Nice.